Ladies and gentlemen, hello. It's Wade for the Kingdom Report, back here with you for another Eat Disney Dining Review. This is, of course, our segment where we take a look at the culinary delights being served up by Disney parks from coast to coast. And today, we are out at the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. But more specifically, I'm here at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, one of the most celebrated of all of the Disney World resorts. And I gotta say, it might just be due to the over-the-top theming, perhaps the true cultural hallmarks that tie this resort together, or maybe it's because right outside the back of the lobby, there's a real, live, working savannah with real live exotic animals running about. This is one of those resorts where if you've ever had a dream of getting up in the morning with your cup of coffee, stepping out onto the balcony and taking a look at maybe a giraffe grazing nearby or a zebra running in the brush, this is the place where that dream can come true. A true cultural immersion, this resort is, where you walk in and are just captivated by the theming and just blown away by the architecture. It is a location that opened in April of 2001 and has been mesmerizing guests ever since. It is a place that I love to visit. Even if I'm not staying here, I still make a trip out here every vacation just because it's worth that. There's so much to do, see, and experience that you can absolutely make a mini trip here during one of your park days. Now, this location has a lot to offer, and just over here to the right of the lobby is a bank of elevators. You'll want to take these down beneath the lobby where the restaurant we will be visiting is at. We are going to veer off to the left, though, to take the winding staircase, and this winding staircase is going to take us on down to our destination today, and that is Boma Flavors of Africa, a big, sprawling breakfast buffet that cannot be beat, a location that is truly remarkable in its culinary delights, and I cannot wait to dive in. It's also a place that serves up a tremendous dinner buffet as well, but this location has so much to offer. $29 for adults, $16 for kids, and we are going to be taking a look at this sprawling resort buffet, as well as all of the unique eats that it offers up. There's a lot to take a look at, there's a lot to see, so I figure rather than explain it all to you, why don't we take a look at each of these entrees and appetizers right up front so that you get a good idea of what we're about to dive into. It's buffet time, my friends. Let's go. All right, in case it hasn't already occurred to you, this might just be one of the longest Walt Disney World breakfast buffets, and certainly in this shot, it gives you an idea as to just how long. And by the way, everybody that works in the kitchen, the big open kitchen behind this serving line, wonderful individuals that were so engaging. I grabbed my plate and dished myself up some turkey bobotie, as well as some spinach and goat cheese scrambled eggs, some oak grilled asparagus, a sweet plantain, and of course, an oak grilled tomato. This plate made me have some rumblings in my tummy. I couldn't wait to dive in. Also, that came along with this plate, unlimited coffee, and of course, the very famous jungle juice, that refreshing mix of passion fruit, guava, and orange juice. This is something that they will continue to refill as many times as you'd like. Be careful, you can have a true sugar rush. You'll drink those things like they are going out of style. Now, the turkey bobotie ended up having a little bit more of a spice kick to it than I had anticipated. I've mentioned many times on our reviews that I'm not somebody that enjoys spicy food, but this is Disney spicy, so I like to clarify that. Disney spicy is like muted spice, okay? So you feel the kick, but it's nothing that's going to drive you away. The ground turkey, the eggs, the cheese that's in here is very good, makes for a delicious and second helping worth of goodness. This here is the oak grilled tomato, as I had mentioned. I probably had 3 or 4 of these. It is a meaty tomato that is oak fire grilled, and you walk away going, hey, it's healthy. I can eat probably 10 of them and I'll be all right. And then, of course, these spinach and goat cheese scrambled eggs. Oh my Lord, these scrambled eggs. Gooey, cheesy deliciousness. The flavor profile of scrambled eggs got kicked up 10 notches just because of the goat cheese and spinach. If you're not already doing this to your scrambled eggs at home, you are missing out, and this is something I probably had 3 more helpings of throughout my visit. The sweet plantain is something that I grabbed out of curiosity, not something you would traditionally find on any other breakfast buffet. I went for it, and it kind of had the consistency inside of like what you might taste in an overripe banana. That's the best way I can describe it. And of course, it had sort of the crispy fried outside, and then of course the asparagus, the oak grilled asparagus, ended up being fantastic. Got probably 2 more helpings of that as well. Plate number 2, we are off and rolling because I am a glutton in every sense of the word. Got my hash, my corned beef hash there. My Lion King inspired waffle, because it is the Animal Kingdom Lodge. The sticky bun of the gods is what this is. Oh, it's heaven. And then, of course, some glazed ham with the spicy sweet brown mustard that went on top of that. My friends, everything on this plate with the exception of the hash, right? This corned beef hash, I wanted more of. Okay, so the corned beef hash ended up being nothing too extraordinary. It ended up being a nice sort of mild, if not too salty type of dish. I definitely finished it, but it ended up being probably my least favorite of everything that I tried during my visit to Boma. And then, of course, my Lion King waffle, because I just can't wait to be king after a waffle like this. Dove into this sucker. It is fluffy. It is yummy. It is something that I thought, man, after drenching it in syrup and leaving it for so long is very hard to cut. But it ended up being something that I enjoyed a great deal. And, there's nothing too extraordinary about it. It is still a waffle. But other than your traditional sort of Mickey waffle that you'll see on a buffet, it's nice that they theme these to the Lion King. I thought that was really cool. But again, very fluffy, great thick waffle for a buffet. Used to not having such thick waffles on buffets, so it was a nice touch to really have that as an option. The sticky bun that the heavens have sent is here. Oh my goodness. So I want to preface this with, I know I've already mentioned that I went back on multiple occasions for various different items already. I went back and got 2 more of these. I guarantee these are probably like 900 calories a piece. Like, they're not big, but I guarantee they're probably terrible for you. But in Disney, calories don't count, right? So I just went for it. The nougaty, nutty goodness, the cinnamon, the icing, the caramel drizzle was just over the top. And moving right along here to the next plate, because who's a piggy? I'm a piggy. Yes, I am. Got some traditional carved turkey, an apple pocket pastry, as well as some classic fruit ambrosia salad, and some African spiced tater tots, which I would imagine is Probably very unique to Boma, this African spice, not the tater tots, of course. And then some apple quinoa soup, which I don't know if I would ever come across again at another Disney World buffet. Seemed pretty unique to me, so I went ahead and scooped up a bowl. After I dove into this plate, I ate up my turkey, I ate up my tater tots, I ate up my ambrosia salad, and thought, all right, all pretty common for breakfast, with the exception of the African spice on the tater tots, which all was good. But then the standout for me on the plate was definitely the apple pocket pastry. The apple filling ended up tasting incredibly fresh, almost like it had been sort of filled in and made that day, which I appreciate. Some pastries sometimes feel like they've been sitting for a day or two and they just get reused. This, with the flaky crust and the icing, ended up being the perfect counterbalance to the sweetness. I just thought it was a terrific little pastry. Could see myself going back for more of that. And then speaking about going back for more, that seems to be the theme here, right? Because piggy number one is right here. The apple quinoa soup ended up being a surprise sleeper hit that I didn't anticipate liking, and I ended up really liking this thing. I highly suggest you check out the apple quinoa soup. Now, if you're looking for reasons to potentially skip Boma Flavors of Africa, it might just be because this resort is truly off the beaten path. You have to take alternate transportation to get here. It does take a while to get to this resort, and it is something that if you're looking to get into the parks ahead of the crowds to meet the rope drop and knock out a couple attractions before everybody else shows up, well, then you're not going to waste your time at a breakfast buffet, are you? So that could be a reason why you might want to consider going somewhere else, maybe lunch. And if you're not a buffet person, this isn't a place for you then, is it? No, you want to steer clear. Now, some of the reasons you want to visit this location, well, there's quite a few. A huge selection awaits you at this location with creative, flavorful options that are truly unique to the destination. It's in a beautiful setting, completely woven into the African theme. The engaging cast here are second to none. The service is top notch. Not only does your server and the host team do a great job, but everybody behind that kitchen line ends up being fantastic as well every time I visit. It is reasonably priced by Disney standards at $29 for adults and $16 for kids, and the ease of reservation to get in here is always something that I suggest to people, because unless it's a busy holiday time, you can almost always get into this place, which is kind of remarkable. This location deserves a heck of a grade, and I'm going to give it an A. That's right, Boma Flavors of Africa Breakfast Buffet deserves an A. I highly, highly, highly encourage you to make this a dining reservation for your next Walt Disney World vacation. My friends, this has been a lot of fun, and I gotta share that if you've never been here before, it opens up at 7:30 a.m. Get here before the parks open. If you got a 9 o'clock park opening, and hammer out a Boma breakfast, you will not be disappointed. And don't forget, we've got new content for you every Tuesday, Thursday, and our live show on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you are connected with us at Kingdom Report Live on social media. Hope you've had a great time joining me here at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge for some dining, and we will see you next time for another dining review. For the Kingdom Report, I'm Wade Heath. We'll see you real soon.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.